Little star, K1. Pearl, 2, K1. K1. Pearl, 2. Repeat from little star, finishing K1.
I wonder you didn't start on something for yourself, like this shawl of mine.
Oh, I would never be up with anything as big as that. Besides, a girl who is getting married ought to practice making things smaller and smaller.
Well, there's nothing like looking well ahead. A beautiful gentleman. Trust your father for finding you the right husband.
It's a pity Adolphe doesn't like you. He knocked the frame over twice yesterday. Oh. You must learn to respect your elder.
Hello, my child.
Hello, Father.
Ma. Well, this is a domestic scene. Getting used to sitting opposite a husband, eh?
I ought to get used to looking at him.
And loving him.
He's very nice. I like people who are not angry when they have to wait outside shops and places.
Ooh, I am going to look a swell.
I'm afraid it isn't for you any longer.
Oh.
When a girl's engaged, she doesn't give presents to other men. You couldn't wear it at the bank anyway.
No, I couldn't. The other men give presents to you.
Oh.
Horse of not much value. But Ludwig gave it to Elizabeth of Austria.
He didn't make her very happy.
No, but I don't care for jewels as jewels. They must have a history. I want you to be always happy. What about having the wedding soon?
But you said next year. Is anything the matter?
Oh, rubbish, no. I just want to see you settled.
Oh, I'll settle just as nicely next year. What's the hurry?
Suppose you and I go and dine somewhere tonight.
And leave our guests to look after themselves?
Sure, I'd forgotten. Spend the day with me tomorrow, then.
Doing what?
Well, we could go down to Racine and have a look at the new lodge.
Do you really want to see it?
No. I want to talk to you. Is it a bet?
It's a bet.
The Baron de Beaufort.
Ah, Philippe. Hello.
Hello, Philippe.
And Monsieur Terrade is here, sir.
An excellent excuse for me to leave you two together.
Oh, I'm taking her out.
Oh, you are not? I have an appointment with my dressmaker.
The one appointment a woman never breaks. Not even for me.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't expect a man to declare his love through the door of a fitting room. And you have 1,000 frocks. What more can you want?
Want to knit in. Open your chest.
Oh, is that for me?
Mm-hmm. I am going to be the sort of wife who knits for her husband.
I wish you'd be the sort of fiancé who'd come for a drive.
Oh, I might do that, as far as my dressmaker.
You spoil me. Come, get your hat.
Yes.
Who was at the back of the swindle?
I've been trying to answer that question day and night for the last 3 weeks.
Yes, you look as if you needed some sleep.
I boiled it down to 6 probable starters.
But these men will never risk imprisonment for fraud, if you've that much evidence.
I haven't. It's only suspicion. Men of that kind seldom leave evidence lying about.
Well, what do you mean to do?
Go down with the ship if I can't keep it afloat. I may be a fool, but no worse, if there is anything worse than a fool.
Is Brogard one of the men you suspect? Brogard?
I'm writing tonight to Monsieur Marquet, Regent of the Bank of France. In that letter will be 6 names. Until the charges I'm bringing against them can be substantiated, I can tell you no more. But I shan't rest until the buyers of those bonds have been repaid to the last franc.
How will this affect Rani's marriage?
Now, that's been troubling me most. She was to have had a large dowry. I owe it to Philippe to tell him the truth, but if the news leaked out, there's bound to be a panic.
But you can trust him, surely. Why, you're trusting him with what you value most.
Things like this undermine one's faith.
Yes, but he's a man of wealth, integrity. He may be able to help.
You're right. I'll walk round to his apartment later on.
Well, I'll see you tonight.
Tonight? Oh, yes. I'd quite forgotten. We're dancing.
Yeah.
it.
What?
My dressmaker. He's getting further away every second.
Dressmaker. You and I, my dear, are bound for distant shores.
I am not. I shall get out the next stop.
There won't be any. In 2 hours' time, you'll be sitting beside a babbling brook, eating trout by the light of an old Chinese lantern.
Don't be absurd. I have 100 guests coming for a dance.
What of it? I wouldn't let you dance with any of them. You are mine and nothing shall part us.
Now then, what's the excuse? What's the alibi? You wait.
Oh, just a moment, please.
Oh, I take it all back. There's every excuse.
Oh, it was nice of you not to get killed.
Yes, it was, wasn't it, when there's so much worth living for?
I do hope it wasn't a car you cared for.
I loved it like an only child.
Are you always as careless with the things you are fond of?
Oh, who, me? Yeah, you're the man I want to talk to.
Look what you've done to my lights.
Your light's my door.
But it was all your fault.
And how can you tell with that butterfly nettle over your head?
Oh, next time they let you out alone, you should stay to taxi. Goodbye, Philip.
Hey, where are you going?
Oh, to my dressmaker. Don't you two boys argue too long. He has to get a fancy dress for my dance tonight. Bye.
No, wait a minute.
Who is she?
Say, I'm terribly sorry about all
No,
this.
I mean the girl.
Mademoiselle Racine, my fiancée.
Men like you are a menace. Do you know that?
Say, haven't you got mixed up a little bit about the cause of this quarrel?
I'll ask you gentlemen for your names and addresses.
Why, certainly.
My card.
Monsieur?
Is the Baron at home?
No, monsieur. He hasn't returned since you telephoned.
Eh?
It is Monsieur Brugard, is it not?
What did you say?
Monsieur Brugard.
No. It is not. Good day.
Whom should I say called?
What was his name?
Whose?
The man whose car you smashed.
Oh, Count Paul de Beaufort.
Oh, he was funny.
You should have heard what he said after you'd gone.
I wonder who needed this pullover.
Oh, I forgot to ask that.
That pattern would have looked nice on the one I am making for you.
I like mine the way it is. You'll be making me jealous.
Hello. Hello, Gerard. Lucky fellow, Philip, aren't you? A breath of fresh air.
Yes.
Playing truant, Racine?
Are you a friend of Brogard?
Brogard? No. Who's that?
Come in, then.
Haven't seen your father.
He usually dines at his club and comes along late when there is a dance.
Oh, that's all right.
You are worried about him. So am I. He has been strange lately, hasn't he?
Has he?
All right, you clown. Have you ever heard of Paul de Beaufort?
Never.
Neither had I until a minute ago.
Monsieur. How'd you do? No, don't bother. I'll announce myself.
Monsieur's invitation card?
I gave it to Albert.
Edouard.
Well, I wouldn't be at all surprised.
Me? Who come down to earth? That's the wildest guess I ever heard.
So I hoped. And then you lied when I asked if Brogard were a friend of yours.
A man you meet in business is not a friend.
No need to ask the nature of that business. I'm sending your name in with the rest.
Hello, DeBrack. I thought you were still in America negotiating that foreign loan.
Don't tell a soul. I've returned.
On another secret mission?
No, on the Normandy.
I didn't know you were a friend of the Racines.
Well, I'm not. Yet.
Would it be indiscreet to ask whether you've heard something?
No, but I'll let you into a secret. I've seen something.
Anything to do with some rather shaky bonds?
Oh, bonds. You know, Cardinal, for one awful moment, I thought you said blondes.
Brogard and these others are some of the biggest men in France, and the toughest. It would be suicide to post that letter.
I'm fighting to save hundreds of people from ruin.
It isn't a one-man job. Listen, you are much smarter than we gave you credit for. And there is room for smart men in any circle. Forget that letter. You have my word, everything will be all right.
For who?
For you.
You're asking me to come in on the other side?
I'm cutting you in on the winning side. No?
No. Then why come out in the open?
Isn't it obvious?
Ronnie, huh?
Is anybody else in on this?
No one. The regent will receive that letter at Lyon tomorrow morning. I had to give you a chance to clear yourself.
Thanks a million. I take it.
Didn't you know that it's dreadfully rude to gate crash?
Oh, no. No, I was brought up all wrong. You know, the lad has never been given a chance.
The lad doesn't seem afraid to take one. How would it be if you had yourself thrown out?
Well, personally, I'm against it. Tell me, have you ever heard of sirens?
I've listened to them in fogs.
Oh, no. I mean the ones that drive around in large foreign cars and lure motorists to their doom.
Oh, I see. You came to apologize for getting in the way.
Oh, no. No, I came because I couldn't stay away. Now, look, is it a fact that you're going to marry this sap de Beaufort?
What is sap?
Sap. Sap is a man who doesn't look where he's going. And that kind can get you in an awful lot of trouble.
You talk like an American.
Oh, that's just when I get excited. You see, my mother was 3 times removed from the Statue of Liberty.
Well, look who's here.
Well, hello. Feeling none the worse, I hope?
For what?
I thought you might be suffering from shock.
Very sympathetic fellow, isn't he? Nice invitation cards, weren't they?
I suggested he should throw himself out.
I hope he refused.
No, I just came to inquire if Mademoiselle after the accident.
That's very proper. Nothing I like better than old-world courtesy. But you didn't lose much time, did you?
Well, I had none to lose. I'm leaving for the south of France tonight.
Really? Now, that's a relief. My dear, the least you can do for him is to dance him off the premises.
Shall I?
Well, come on. He suggested it. Fine man, but this much I do ask. Don't send me an invitation to the wedding.
Oh, I should never have thought of it.
Goodbye.
Bye. What is it?
Mademoiselle.
Who's the little American over there in the tweed suit?
Where?
Over there, with the police.
How should I know?
Terrible.
You mean this suicide?
No, this coffee. You can't get a decent cup outside the United States.
A good reason to go back there.
Listen, sweetheart, I'll go when I've picked up the killer I'm looking for.
Why waste your time here?
Because he had a habit of presiding over other people's suicides.
Haven't you got enough killers without importing them?
Sure, but we've got a nice little chair waiting for him to sit on.
You won't find him in one of those chairs. Racine shot himself.
Listen, a guy doesn't use a Maxim silencer to blow out his own brains.
The police wouldn't even let me ring up my broker.
There'll be a panic on the bourse tomorrow.
I agree with you. Endless.
The doctors are convinced it's a case of suicide. I regret having detained you so long. Good night.
Voila.
I can't believe
Tell Mademoiselle I will call tomorrow.
Very good.
No, my dear.
Get away.
Everyone's going.
Financial trouble, I suppose. Yeah, I thought as much.
That's often the way in these cases.
Yes.
Well, tell me.
It's suicide, Mademoiselle.
Oh, my father would never have done that. Never.
You hear what the doctor says, Mademoiselle?
What he guesses. Against what I know.
Just how much do you know?
Only this afternoon. He asked me to spend tomorrow with him. When I agreed, he said it was a bet.
Your father was the sort of man who kept a bet?
Of course. He has been murdered. And you do nothing. You let everybody go. When one of them must have done it. Did do it.
Yes.
What's all that for?
I was thinking that if my father made a bet, he'd keep it.
And one registered letter from Paris. Sign, please. It must be a rare responsibility to be the secretary to the Regent of the Bank of France.
Good morning. Well?
My wife and I have a few francs. I was wondering if Monsieur could suggest a safe investment. Monsieur will forgive my asking.
Willingly. Good morning.
Wait here.
Come in.
Got it?
Hmm?
That registered letter.
You know all this is very irregular.
Come on, let me have it.
It's not as easy as all that. You telephone at midnight and ask me to intercept the Regent's private correspondence. Very serious thing to do. Must have a reason.
Brogard pays you to do as you're told, not to ask reasons.
Brogard? So he's in this?
Never mind that. That letter mustn't get into the wrong hands.
Oh. Oh, I see. I won't be a minute. Wait here, and in 5 minutes tell the gentleman in the next room that I was called away.
Yes, sir.
Remember, 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
They are shopping. Seems hard that for other people, the world's going on just the same.
Well, it will for you presently.
Will it?
Of course.
What are all those people doing outside Father's bank? Are they people who have lost their money? How awful. I never thought of them. But he would have. You don't believe Father shot himself, do you?
The police have closed the case. Yet he said he'd never rest until those poor devils had been paid back.
But how if the money was gone?
He'd been swindled. There were 6 men he suspected. He said he was sending their names to the Regent of the Bank of France.
Then one of those men must have killed him.
But that letter, if ever it was written, never arrived.
But somebody stole it.
Yes, there's every reason to think so.
If it were found, could we get the money?
I imagine it's a document they'd pay very handsomely to keep in their own hands.
Who are they?
Well, your father wouldn't tell me. But when I mentioned Monsieur Brogard, he didn't say I was wrong.
Brogard? Where can I find him?
He follows the sun. He has a yacht, Nice, Monte Carlo. But I shouldn't attempt to find him. You'd be dealing with very clever men.
Hello.
I didn't like to come before.
Oh, what a pity. If you had, I would have asked you to take me to that brook, to eat trout by the light of an old Chinese lantern, and forget.
Queer you remembering that.
Is it? After all, we were going to get married.
You want to break our engagement?
That's what you are here for, isn't it? Well, I've saved you a lot of trouble. Anyway, I have no time for marrying now. I have more important things to do.
What?
I'm going on where the police left off.
Now, wouldn't it be better to try and forget what happened?
Yes, for the man who shot my father. But I am not made that way. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I never saw such a house. All these auctioneers, men labeling all the furniture. You never know where you're going to find them.
Oh, Marthe. Do we know a nice man with a 38-inch chest?
No, I'm very sorry, but the Regent is sick and tired of police inquiries over this Racine disaster.
Yes, you must be, but I don't happen to be a policeman.
Not?
Not.
Well, what then?
Well, my job's a little hard to define. I hold a roving commission from the government to inquire into private financial enterprise.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, and this is actually so, too. The government is going to get rid of those clever gentlemen who pattern themselves on Stavisky. Their activities have been a little too lively of late.
What do you expect the Regent to do? The letter from Racine never arrived.
Or if it did, it vanished in Duval's pocket.
At any rate, it's gone. As far as I can see, our hopes of identifying these men have gone with it.
Not altogether. The Regent has his finger on the pulse of every private banking account in France, right? Now, if he could give me information of any men whose credit has substantially increased during the last few weeks from no apparent outside source, wouldn't that be a help?
That's an uncommonly bright idea. Is it your own?
It's all mine, so what about it?
I'll see what he says and let you know. Where can I find you?
Shark fishing. In Monte Carlo.
Can comfortably upholstered rocking chair. 170. Any advance on 170? Going for 170. 170. Any advance on 170? 170. 170.
175.
175. Going 175. 175 francs. Now then, gentlemen, 175 francs only. Going at 175 francs. 175 francs. Going for the first, second, third, and last time. That gentleman over there.
But they are giving things away.
Well, don't stay here, dear. It'll only upset you.
Lot 106. A pair of seed pearl earrings. Said to have belonged to a Grand Duchess. Now then, gentlemen, what am I bid? 250. 250, thank you, sir, 250. Come along, gentlemen. Some of you, I think, might find a use for them, or I'm no judge of character.
300.
300, thank you, sir. Any advance on 300? 350, thank you, sir.
He's headful. That is not the way to sell.
Going at 350 francs.
Stop! You don't know what you are doing. What you are missing. You don't understand. Give those earrings to me. You can't buy history for a few hundred francs.
Really, this is most irregular.
I tell you, no price would be too great for things like these.
Mademoiselle shares her father's view that money should be had for nothing.
Will whoever said that stand up and say it to me?
Surely you won't refuse a lady?
Oh. It was you.
Yes, and I stand by it. I shall keep out of business, mademoiselle. One crook's enough in any family.
I suppose you think the money from this sale is coming to me. You are wrong. Every penny will be paid to the people who lost when my father's bank went smash.
That's as may be. Because he emptied their pockets, there's no reason for us to refill them by buying things for more than they're worth.
More than they're worth? The auctioneer told you they belong to a Grand Duchess. But there is more to them than that. She was condemned to be shot. While she was in prison, one of the guards was good to her. There was little enough he could do, but he brought her a pot of faded flowers and a half-used piece of soap. It was not much, But in a place like that, it makes a difference. Just before they took her out to face a firing party, she gave him the... They are my tears of gratitude, she said. Are you going to offer 350 francs for jewels with that story behind them?
3,000.
3,500.
4,000. 4,500.
5,000.
6,000.
7,000.
This was in Marie Antoinette's room.
150.
175.
150.
400. 500. 600.
700.
800.
We'll make it more.
1,000 francs.
They are not jewels you are buying, but romance, drama, bits of great people's lives.
300 francs.
400.
500. 600.
700.
2,000.
Never saw anything like it.
Remarkable.
You must be tired. Are you too tired to spare me a moment?
No.
Mademoiselle, all my life has been concerned in salesmanship. What I have just seen convinces me that I know nothing whatever about it.
But it was all true. And I had to get that money.
And you got 5 times as much as anybody expected. It would be unnecessary to ask if you were in earnest about the repayment to those depositors.
Of course I am.
Rather a tall order.
But even if they got only a little, it would be something.
At your present rate, a great deal. I wonder if you would be good enough to call on me tomorrow. There's a business proposition I would like to make to you.
I'll come. It is a very generous offer, but how can I help? Jewels like these must be easy to sell.
What a woman most desires is generally round the neck of another woman.
So, you want me to wear them for you? But if I should meet any of my friends?
They would not recognize you. You would not appear as Mademoiselle Racine, but as an Indian princess, a Spanish marquesa. It is easier to play a part with a suitable makeup.
What would I have to do?
Let us suppose you're a refugee from Spain. Everything lost except your jewels. We visit casinos in the south of France.
Casinos? Yes.
You gamble. You lose. What are you to do? Sell your jewels to repay your losses.
I'll do it, monsieur. On one condition. There's a person I am looking for. If I should find him, you will...
Release you from your contract at once.
I agree.
Good. Now, this is the set I want you to wear. I flatter myself that only an expert would know their imitations.
But you said it was an honest business.
I could not allow you to go about in casinos wearing millions of francs worth of precious stones. Now, these are genuine. You can't mistake them. Look, there is a distinguishing mark. I only ask you to wear the others. These are the ones I hope we shall sell.
I'm sorry. When do we start?
How long will it take you to become the Marquesa de Villabos?
Oh, senor, I am the Marquesa de Villabos. Do not speak to me of Spain. When I think of my lovely home in Madrid, knocked down, blown up, bombed, yes, bombed.
Coffee, monsieur.
Sure.
Did you make that coffee?
Yes, monsieur.
You read about this poisoned ramen?
Yes, monsieur.
Well, you're responsible for that too, aren't you? You're a dangerous fellow.
One, madame? We are so full, madame. But this gentleman has almost finished.
Gracias.
The waiter will be here immediately.
Gracias. Half a bottle of Chablis.
Yes, madam. Puzzling document of foreign wine list, don't you find?
Si, si.
Although I must say I never fell for any of your Spanish amontillados, if that's the word.
Is it?
I'm asking you.
I suppose it is.
Sure. You're having a hard time out there.
Oh, horrible. Terrible.
I suppose you were mixed in it yourself, huh?
España. When I think of my lovely home in Madrid. Bombed, yes. Bombed.
Why not forget it? It ought to be easy.
Okay. What do you mean?
Here's your soup.
Muy bien.
That black headdress looks swell, but I prefer you without the castanets, Miss Racine.
If you are such a good detective, why didn't you find out who shot my...
It wasn't my job. Besides, the police closed the case on a verdict of suicide.
But I haven't. I'm going to find the man who did it.
All right, let's get together. I'm looking for a guy myself. A killer who beat it out of the States.
What was he like?
City Hall hasn't even as much as a fingerprint on the case.
Then how can you hope to find him?
Well, we know his racket. He always works with shady financial groups, bumping off the opposition in big business deals. That's why I dropped in when your father was killed.
I don't care for anything more.
A pigeon, madame. Very nice with little carrots.
Nothing, thank you. Do you know a man named Brogard?
What makes you ask that?
You do know him?
Sure, he's the kind of a guy that I cultivate professionally when I'm incognito.
Then you can help me. I want to meet him.
Oh, hence the senorita stuff, huh?
It's one of the reasons.
Well, looking the way you do, I shouldn't think you need much help. What have you got on Brogard?
Nothing yet.
He didn't come to your dance.
I don't even know him by sight.
The guests were all good friends?
Yes.
Folks you've known for a long time?
Yes.
Funny.
Why? What are you thinking?
Well, it would have been something to work on if there'd been some strangers there.
Help me to meet Brogard.
What is that? Take it easy.
I thought Duval was the last man on earth to ever cross us. You trusted him yourself, Brogard.
Beaufort was mad to let him out of his sight. What time did he say he would be here?
I'm worried, gentlemen. I can't afford to stop in France with things as they are in Brazil. I can't afford to. Of course, the last thing I want is to leave you in an emergency, but, well, a man's family must come first. Of course, I'd come back if there should be any trouble.
Sit down.
The gentleman, sir.
You didn't find him?
Not a trace since he gave me the slip at Lyon.
We are disappointed in you.
Oh, you are? I don't see any bars on the windows.
But that letter is still in the wrong hands.
And what have the rest of you done to get it back? While you were sitting here playing fiddlesticks, I've had 20 men scouring France for Duval.
As I do, you should cultivate patience. There is only one man who will tell us where Duval may be found.
Who?
Duval himself. When he considers that the time is ripe, we shall hear from him.
Ripe for what?
Extortion. Like a wise man, he's playing on our nerves. So my advice to you is to go home and wait. Good day.
If I'd known Duval would play a trick like that...
Pity you got no sense outside your trigger finger. Get out.
Deuxième tableau. 8, 9 à la banque.
Sorry, De Beaufort.
Well, you had to make it up to me some other way. Let me in on one of those promotions of yours.
Find me a place.
Okay.
Nervous. You know the idea? Lose. Not too much or we'll find half the profits gone. Good luck then. Or rather, bad luck.
Thank you.
Jewels. I never saw anything to equal them.
The big table's full. Your man is taking the bank.
3, Baccarat, 5 à la banque.
Would you like some fresh air before you meet him?
No. Come on.
All right.
Carte.
No. Hello, big shot.
Why, it isn't the Playboy. Going to join us?
No, your game is a bit too hot for me. But I've got a friend who'd like to cut in. Marchesa, I want you to meet Mr. Brogard. This is the Marchesa de Beaufort.
Mucho gusto, senor. I am very happy.
It's mutual.
Excuse me. 7 à la banque.
Going to play?
There is no place.
The Marchesa can have my place.
Oh, the senor is too kind.
Please.
Muchas gracias.
More peaceful here than Spain.
Please, do not speak to me of that. Always I try to forget.
On peut toujours faire.
I must be careful not to lose too much.
My dear, that diamond necklace, I'd sell my soul for it. It's worth a great deal more than that, my dear.
Always in the spring, I'm with my father on the yacht. But now...
Captured?
No, bombed. But for my jewels, I lose everything.
Oh, too bad. Are you fond of the sea?
Oh, me and can't.
You must get Jimmy to bring you along sometime. Take a look at my yacht.
Dernier coup de la taille.
Carte, please. Oh.
C'est à la banque. 9 pour madame et 5.
Look, 9. I win. Oh, what a shame. For you.
Can't stand much more of this. I think I'll get myself a highball.
That's a funny word for a Frenchman to use.
But a funny race.
Oh.
Say, who's that guy?
Paul Lukas.
I suppose so.
Like this, I guess?
And it won't last long if you draw on a 7.
No? Oh, gracias. I shall remember.
No, madame. La taille est finie.
The bank's finished.
Is it over?
For the moment.
And I don't lose?
Not this time. Oh, you're not leaving us.
I'll be back.
Playboy, come here.
I'm sorry I won.
Never mind. Better luck next time.
No, not that one. No, don't look among the empties. All I know is that Jack and Charlie's had a big black crow on the label.
Black crow, sir? I've never heard of it.
Well, it doesn't matter. Just give me some ordinary scotch and soda.
A citronade, please. Oh. Oh, you were so kind to give your situation. No, your place to a stranger.
Oh, well, there's a lot of the old Hidalgo in me.
Oh, please.
Yeah, Hidalgo, they were the grandees of Spain, but I don't have to tell you that.
No, you don't. What is that you drink?
That is a very old Marsala.
It looks like whiskey and soda.
Well, you should never go by appearances. You looked like a real Spanish Marquesa.
But why not? You are a great friend of Mr. Brogard, yes?
No, just a casino acquaintance. Now tell me, does the name Racine suggest anything to you?
¿Por qué? Oh, is she a Spanish girl?
Well, she used not to be. You're not by any chance suffering from loss of memory, are you?
Oh, please do speak very, very simply. Oh, I do not understand.
Well, for example, did you have a bad motor accident and wake up and find you were somebody quite different?
Don't speak to me of accidents. You see, I am in the car when we escaped from Granada. And then the bomb drops.
The bomb drops?
Yes, it's terrible.
Well, I give it up, but I could have sworn you were one and the same person.
Oh, I see. You mistake me for someone else. It's funny.
For the loveliest girl in all the world, and I've only seen half her face.
Santa Maria. And what happened with the other half?
Always behind a mask or under a butterfly net, but I feel as though I've known her all my life.
She made a great impression.
That's why I can't take my eyes off you. How long are you going to be in Monte Carlo?
While the money lasts.
Won't be long if you go on playing that game.
Then I must fall back on my security.
Wouldn't that be a pity?
Do you go about giving advice to strange women?
No, but I can't look on you like that. When can we meet again?
¿Por qué? Do you think I do instead of her?
A large cup of black coffee, Charlie.
Oh.
Say, you certainly made the grade with that hippopotamus, Marchesa. He's asked us to cruise along to Cannes in his yacht.
Ah.
You wouldn't do that.
¿Por qué no? Nothing I should like better. You must find a new señorita.
Oh, don't you believe it? He asked me to, but I refused. I should go straight away now and accept that invitation.
Got yourself a new guardian angel?
He has seen me before. He nearly recognized me.
Oh, an old friend of the family's, huh?
Not exactly. I helped to smash his car.
He was too dizzy to remember your face?
Oh, he did see me again, but I was wearing a mask.
Hey, wait a minute. Was it at the dance?
Yes?
Did he have an invitation?
Well, he...
Well, what do you know about that?
They are starting again at the big table, madame.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No soup? I make a point of never refusing anything that's offered to me.
Really?
Back again?
I've got it. That skyline. Doesn't it remind you of something?
What?
The dear old California coast as you see it from Catalina Island.
No.
Oh. Maybe you didn't get as far west as California.
Look, can't you find somebody else to have these hometown talks with?
Say, what's biting you?
Oh, nothing.
A butterfly and a slug were sitting side by side.
Oh.
No, we shall not talk of me, but of you. How have you become such a big man?
Oh, too fond of the good things of life, I expect.
No, I mean a great, successful businessman.
Well, hard work's the only way I know.
And brains. You pull a string here, a string there, and things happen.
Used to, perhaps, but I made my pile.
Oh, it is thrilling, the big business. Poof. And a government falls. Through the people? No. The big businessman. Perhaps a bank goes crash. Oh, I'm sorry. I talk so much you have to burn your fingers.
It's nothing, really. You exaggerate our powers. All this businessman wants to do is to sit in the sun and look at beautiful things.
A radiogram, sir.
Excuse me. Excuse me a minute. You won't run away.
You seem to have enjoyed your talk.
Mucho. I did. It was most instructive. Sit down.
In that chair?
Oh, we'll go for a walk. Why do you look so black?
I do not like the company you keep.
Would not the girl with half a face be polite to her host?
She wouldn't be seen dead with him.
I think you are very disloyal to that girl.
Why?
You walk about holding my arm.
Oh. No, you're holding my arm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, please. You turned my whole world upside down, do you know that? Oh, I am in love with her. I knew I had a life sentence the first time we met. Then you came along.
And you forgot all about her?
No, it's not like that. Have you ever flown a kite and seen the darn thing plunging about on the end of a string? Well, it's like that with me.
All up in the air?
Yes, I'm too dizzy to know what it's all about. At least I did know whose hand held the string. Now I don't even know that. You see, the moment I set eyes on you, I was in love all over again. And it felt like the same love. Oh, I must be going nuts.
Why not go on loving both of us? One of us is only a dream. And like a dream will disappear.
Send this at once.
Very good, sir.
You have a drink.
No, thank you.
No? Wise bird.
You're wanted on the telephone, sir.
Oh, thank you. Excuse me.
How can you have a telephone at sea?
Oh, we're not at sea. We're at moorings. I have a shore line plugged in.
Oh, you big businessman. Why don't we go to the casino?
Nothing much happens there before midnight.
But it's more amusing. Let's start.
Well, I have an appointment at 10:30, but you go on ahead.
Of course not. I'll wait for you.
Hello. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Now, don't tell me now. I'll give the Regent a call later on. Right, I'll remember the number. Goodbye.
This is a quiet sort of a way of spending an evening at Cannes.
Well, you got your call. No bad news, I hope.
No, thank you.
Would you fancy a stroll along the Crevette, as they call it?
I would not, and that is not what they call it.
How do you call that game?
Fiddlesticks. You nearly always lose.
Sometimes you win.
That's what makes the game worth playing.
I have a little headache. Perhaps I'll lie down before we go to the casino.
Do you think you ought to play tonight?
I'm sure I ought.
You wouldn't rather sit on deck?
No.
I don't know about you, but I have a sort of a thing in my throat, and I think a drink would cure it.
Why don't you go and find out?
Well, wouldn't you like to try a similar experiment?
No.
Oh, be a pal.
Look, don't you ever get tired of my company.
This is a funny way of lying down.
Oh, it's you.
Listen, you're getting stuck on Paul de Beaufort. Nah, don't burn up. I can't help liking the guy myself. Only I've got a hunch he's a phony.
He isn't.
Okay, but don't tell me that I didn't tip you off.
Jimmy, that is Monsieur Brogard's cabin just below.
Yeah.
Well, sure.
Sure, right under our very feet.
I want you to do something. Drop a rope from here to the water.
That's a big idea.
Oh, never mind. Do it.
Okay, you're the boss.
Oh, my goodness. You gave me quite a start. Is anything the matter?
What time is it?
Getting on for 10:30.
Ma, you know the saloon. Wait at the bottom of the stairs. And when Monsieur Brogard leaves it, come and tell me.
Oh, what for?
Don't ask questions. Go.
Oh.
Mart,
Sir?
where's the Marchesa?
In her cabin, resting.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir. Whatever next?
Did you see him?
Yes. He came down the stairs and went along the corridor. What are you doing? Ronnie!
Yes, it's Duval's writing, all right. There's no doubt about that.
And he hasn't been afraid to ask plenty.
Oh, why not? Duval has the makings of a businessman. It's obvious he won't be staying in this Pringles hotel. Too many people in England would know him. That means that whoever we send to get the letter will receive a message from Duval giving him a rendezvous. With your peculiar talents, you may be able to settle with him in another way. But I'm afraid we shall have to pay up. I'll have a plane standing by.
Right.
Oh, my dear, what is going on here tonight?
Oh, there you are. You were waiting to start.
Oh, I'm sorry I shan't be able to join you. Some unexpected business.
What's all the excitement?
It's that Spanish Marquesa. She was winning thousands. Well, now they're stripping her of everything.
Suivi.
Six à la porte. 9 à la banque gagne.
Oh, why don't you stop? You'll only lose everything.
That would be nothing new.
Il y a 20 000 francs à la banque. Qui fait le banco?
Banco.
Suivi.
No.
Oh, please, go away. I've never seen such a tragic face. She ought to be stopped.
Give me a cigarette, Bobby.
Le banco suivi est demandé. 20 000 francs à la banque.
Shall I?
I would.
Huit.
8.
Et 9 à la banque gagne.
But I have only 4,000 left. No.
Madame will cash a check at the caisse.
But I have no money, no bank, nothing.
But it is forbidden. Absolutely forbidden, madame. Appelez-moi le chef de service.
Oui, monsieur.
C'est madame ici.
Madame should not have played.
Very well. She can have these two.
May I make a suggestion? This lady's jewels are worth a great deal more than she's lost. I am a diamond broker. If you'll allow me to sell these jewels, madame, I feel sure everyone will be satisfied.
Monsieur Devine is a very well-known gentleman. Madame will be quite safe to leave the matter in his hands.
Do what you please. I'm finished.
Bring your stuff around to my hotel. We might do business.
1 minute. Surely I have first call.
Why won't you let me help?
Help me? That's funny.
And who has a better right?
Oh, please do let me alone.
Now, look, I don't know what's come over you, but whether you like it or not, I'm on your side. Please don't do anything silly.
Luggage in a car, and I've booked rooms at Pringle's Hotel on the River Thames. There's a flying boat leaving Nice before dawn. Can you make it?
Very well.
I also doped out that jigsaw puzzle that you rescued from the sea. I'll give you the answer in the plane, huh?
Marquesa?
I'll bring the car around on the park.
Magnificent. You were inspired.
Was I?
Here are the copies. I have the originals here. I don't like fakes about when I'm doing business. You shall have your share in the morning.
Send it to my father's bank. I'm leaving for England tonight.
I shall hate parting with them.
Now, how do you spell the name?
As it sounds. I'd love to be there when you rap on the door and give them back.
It won't be as easy as that. Devine says that she's sailing for England tonight.
Your father?
Certainly.
You must have it badly to haul me out of bed at this time of night and pay me such a profit.
I have.
Then make out the check for the amount I paid Devine and look on the rest as a wedding present.
Oh, I can't let you do that.
Yes, go on, do as I say. Lovers like you are scarce nowadays.
You can send me a little piece of the cake.
I'll send you the whole darn thing.
Duval, the Regent's secretary.
Then Duval stole the letter and wants to sell it to Brogard and the others.
Well, that's how I figured it out.
Whoever they sent to England will be there to buy it back.
Yeah. Say, are you sure you didn't see the guy that was in the cabin with Brogard?
I could only see Brogard.
You didn't recognize the other man's voice?
He didn't speak.
You'll have to think up a new disguise, Marchesa. I have a hunch that the messenger will be somebody that we both know. Better wait over there. The manager. I'm Jimmy Rain. Have you got those reservations?
Yes, Mr. Rain.
I have a tie-up with Scotland Yard and the Paris Sûreté. The young lady over there is Miss Racine, but for personal reasons, she's passing as the Rani of Kalnai, okay?
Yes, see.
I just didn't want to get into trouble with the register.
Put what you like, Mr. Rain.
Thanks.
How are you, dear? I'd go straight to bed.
I won't be sleeping much tonight.
I'm sure you're as white as a sheet underneath all that paint. I never did hold with all this play acting. You're going to wear these tonight?
No. Pearls.
The Marchesa de Villabos, you're sure she's not here?
Certain, sir.
This way, sir.
Beaufort, I booked by telephone from the airport at Nice. Any messages for me?
No, sir. Room 17.
Come in.
I made a mistake. Took them in next door where the Indian lady is.
She must have been delighted to see you.
Is your name de Beaufort?
No, why do you ask?
The initials on the bag.
stay outside. Is your name de Beaufort?
Yes.
You can have the letter if you bring the money. Who sent you? Name of Duval.
Is he here?
He's got a houseboat up the river. Name of Sweet Lucy.
Ah, Sweet Lucy. What time?
10 o'clock tonight. But no firearms.
I'll be there.
Anything coming to the messenger?
Plenty, if he doesn't get out.
Don't look now.
Paul de Beaufort. Who's that lady in the veil?
Rani of Kalnai, sir. A very important Indian princess.
Is that so? Maud.
Oh, my goodness. Fancy you knowing it was me. Still, I dare say it won't matter. It's only you.
Look, just exactly what are you two doing, dressed up like a couple of Bombay ducks?
Well, I've never right to got to the bottom of it, but it's something to do with this jewelry business. You don't let on to her you've seen me. She'd be properly upset.
Don't bother, I won't. He may have got the letter already. I'll pull him in on suspicion.
But we don't know that he has it.
There are ways of making a guard talk. They open right up after a punch in the nose.
No, please, wait. This is my job as much as yours. Give me half an hour.
Those jewels, they've been stolen.
What does it matter?
Doesn't she understand?
Hey, who was it you mistook me for?
No one.
So, you couldn't wait, was that it? Oh, no. We'll settle this without any help from outside. I'll take those, too.
Oh. Oh, you. There are no words for you.
If any hard words are wanted, I'll use them.
Perhaps you can explain why you take these from my room tonight and I found them here.
I'd hate to explain why they're here. I'd hate anybody to know the kind of fool I've been. But this much is certain. You've seen the last of them and me.
But they are common glass. Rotten and worthless as you are.
No, cut it out. I'm not likely to fall for another big emotional act, Marchesa.
Oh. Why do you call me that?
I'll show you why.
Oh, no. No! No! No!
Stand still.
No! Oh, no.
You described yourself as a dream.
No, let me.
Here's where you wake up. Racine. I could have staked my life that you were on the level.
You are a thief and murderer, and you dare to make love to me? I wish I were dead. I tried and tried to believe in you, in spite of what I knew must be true, because I wanted to believe in you. You made me hate myself.
Oh, talk some sense.
Wasn't what you came here for enough? Did you have to sneak into a hotel bedroom and steal my jewels as well?
What is all this?
6 men were responsible for ruining my father's bank. But there was only one stranger in our house the night that...
You gone crazy?
Lying won't help you. I was listening about the porthole. The night Brogard gave you orders to come here and get the letter. And I saw you leaving the cabin arm in arm. Go on, shoot me. Would be glad to be out of a world where I cared for anything like you.
I've got it. And he was in your room. Is there a duplicate set to these jewels?
Oh, what does it matter?
It doesn't matter, except I picked this lot up in Cannes for the sweetest person in the world. Now, don't worry, darling. I'll get them back for you, and I'll find out a lot of other things, too. I'll be right back. Now I've forgotten something. That man who brought up my luggage. Where can I find him?
Yes, down the road, sir. Brook Cottage. Brook Cottage.
No. No.
Fine evening.
Huh? Beautiful river weather.
Say, what's become of all the houseboats along this reach?
Kind of gone out, houseboats have. There ain't none of them left except old Sweet Lucy. And a proper rat she is.
Yeah.
That's not all I want from you.
Jimmy!
Yes.
I found out who the man is.
No, he isn't the one. I know he isn't.
Oh, I'm not talking about him. Come on, come on. I've got a motorboat ready. Come on, quick. That you, Beaufort?
Yes?
Just a minute. You give me that letter. Who are you?
Look who's here. Oh, it's a small world.
Go on. Well, give it to me.
Oh, there's nothing I like better than old world courtesy.
Well, I've got something you like a great deal less.
Here you go.
Come. Now, be a good boy, or you'll get what I gave Racine.
Sit down. You got the money?
Yes, but give me the letter first.
5 million francs.
No less.
Mustn't be put out because I'm careful. Now, suppose we count those notes before I hand over.
Nothing would suit me better.
Here it is. There is a light at the window.
let Beaufort get away.
He didn't get away.
Did he get the letter?
He did, and he burned it, so all this is for nothing. I have to call up New York. See you at the hotel.
Blackmail?
Not at all. I'm just offering you the choice of two evils. After all, I have got the letter.
Have the police seen it?
Well, not yet. And unless you and your friends give back the money you stole from Racine's bank, they will.
It would be impossible to refuse any request of yours.
All right, then. Tomorrow night, dinner at the Ritz. Okay?
Come on, out with it. Is it all right? Well?
Bistat quisito dat, which translated means he gives twice who gives in time. Gentlemen, you'll just hate what I'm going to tell you.
Can I guess it for you, sir?
Thank you. Check inspires such unwelcome notoriety.
Admire your discretion.
Well, I think you'll find them quite in order.
I'm sure of it.
And now, if I might have the letter, our business is concluded.
There it is.
As it is obvious that you would never have burnt this, I can only suppose that I have been taken for a ride.
I'm afraid you have.
I congratulate you.
No, congratulate the author of the idea. Here she is now. Now then, Mademoiselle Racine, Monsieur Brogard.
Monsieur?
And the Marquise de Villarbos, Monsieur Brogard.
Seigneur.
Mademoiselle, modesty compels me to withdraw from such distinguished company. I can only ask you to believe how much I regret any pain I may have caused both you charming ladies.
Tune?
Yes. Why don't you have the premises to it?
Do you know the words? You know, I've got a swell idea. Let's ankle up the aisle.
What? Ankle up the aisle?
Oh, we'll do it up in style. We'll have lots of pretty bridesmaids, but it's the bride that I'll adore.
Oh, that is a swell idea. You should have mentioned it before.